I'm just going to do a quick little bolognese today. So again, we're using MA4 Shores, Bolognese Yellow and Barton & Sons Limited for the meat. So I'm going to start off that up. We've got our onions diced up. We've got some rosemary and thyme, 1 clove of garlic, 200 ml of beef stock, 10 of chopped tomatoes, and we've got some tomato puree to add in later on. We're going to finish with a bit of basil. So the oil I'm using this time is the garlic and garden herb. Let's get that heating up. So the oil being packed full of flavour as well, you're starting off with a good base in there. Add in 1 clove of garlic. Got a rosemary. We're going to pick down some thyme as well. Soften them herbs down with the onions quite lightly for just a second. Add into that bowl just to sweat them onions down. I'm just going to add a little touch of water because I don't want to add too much colour to the onions. So a little touch of water stops that coloration on the onions. So another little extra I'm going to be adding into this bolognese, instead of Worcester sauce, I'm going to be using Henderson's. Very similar, but it's a vegan, vegetarian, and it's an oven as well. And onions are sweating down nicely. I'll put them to one side. We'll add in the minced beef. Got a bit of salt on there. Plenty of cracked black pepper in there as well. So obviously cooking with minced beef from a butcher is a lot different from a supermarket as well. You'll find it comes together a lot nicer, not as stringy. There's also a lot more flavour in it as well. The mince is nicely browning off now. Onions are all sweated down. So next to go into here is your tomato puree. I'm going to add 3 dessert spoons into that. The reason I'm adding the puree in now is to make sure that puree gets cooked out. So I'm going to almost fry that puree off. Helps all the flavours come out of that puree as well. So next up I'm going to add the Henderson's relish. And into that next, 200 ml of the stock. So I'm just using a beef stock. You use a veal stock would be quite nice as well. Next up, good quality chopped tomatoes. Although yeah, you can get really cheap tomatoes, tin tomatoes are like 30p, things like that. It's better to spend a little bit more because you're going to get a lot better product at the end out of that. Season up again. So one little trick with your seasoning is season a little one often. And there we go, there's the ragu. I'm going to let that simmer now for about 15 minutes before adding the pasta and other bits and pieces to it. Right guys, the ragu's cooking down nicely now. So I'm just going to make a little bit of garlic bread to go with it. actually just got some part bakes, some nice part baked baguettes to do this. So we've got some butter. I'll just put that into there. Doing that, I'm going to add some chives. And then we've got our garlic. Crush with the back of the knife. I'm just going to roughly chop through that. Good sprinkle of sea salt. And then just crush the garlic with the back of the knife, using that salt to break down the garlic. Quickly run your knife through it. There we go. So we've got your garlic, the butter and the chives in there now. So in there is about 100 grams of butter to 3 cloves of garlic. It depends how garlicky you like the garlic bread. I like quite a bit of garlic in mine. Then I'm simply just going to go 3/4 of the way through. And nicely butter all that way through. Next up, I'm just going to get the pasta on for this. So I'm going to go heavily salted in this pan of water. So about 1 litre of water, so about 2 teaspoons of salt. Because what a lot of people don't realise is the pasta doesn't take on a lot of the water, the salt that's in that water, so you're not actually taking the salt on. So into that next, you add 2 tablespoons of rapeseed oil. That's just to help the pasta stop and stick together. I'm just going to use a dried penne. Let that boil so it's nice and al dente and cook through. Right guys, I'm just going to grab that garlic bread out. And there we go. I've done it 2 different ways, just to show you. Now, pasta's nearly ready. Our Bolognese with goo has reduced down nicely. So I'm just going to add a nice bit of basil into there now. I'm going to drain off the pasta. Stir that basil through nice and lightly. Pop our pasta in. Now what I've also done is save a little bit of the water because we want a bit of that starchy water going in. Just helps that sauce stick to the pasta nicely. I'm just going to finish cooking that pasta in that pan for just another minute. onto that, put that. Put a little tiny sprinkle in the cheese. Another little bit of fresh basil.